All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the 420 Hour. For a special edition today, we're going to be changing it up to 420 Sports. Today, our special talk today is going to be about the Kansas City Chiefs draft picks. Casey, what do you have for us today?
Oh, yes, sir. We talking about the draft and the Chiefs. Hometown represent. Pretty much we're gonna give our picks on who we think the Chiefs are going to take, and that's pretty much it. Not too much to this video. We're just gonna give our opinion, and yeah.
I say we put a little bit of time into this thought process with given that Chiefs just traded their first round draft pick for Orlando Brown within the last week. So we had to do some quick thinking on this up-to-date draft pick schedule that we have. Round picks, 1 4th round pick, 2 5th round picks, and 1 6th round pick to choose from.
Hell yeah, Chris.
And we both gave our both opinions on who we're going to end up choosing. And to also put this out there, after looking at many mock drafts, we basically went with the average of who we would be basically picking for our needs for the team.
We did these picks like we are the defensive coordinator. So like who we would want. Or offensive coordinator if we're going to go offense. We just looked at it as if we were running a certain side of the ball, who we would take. Not, who Brett Veach is going to take. We just kind of hope he takes some of these people. But if he doesn't, I'm not going to be mad. I just want him to draft where we need people, and that's pretty much all I want from him.
It's just more for the fun and excitement of what's coming up next in the NFL draft.
You wanna go first with who you're doing your picks?
Sure, no problem.
Do it.
All right. We have 2 2nd-round picks coming up for this upcoming draft. We have the 58th pick and the 63rd pick. I've gone on ahead and picked for my first pick for the second round. I went on and picked J.C. Horn from South Carolina. He is one phenomenal cornerback that you would want to have on your team. He has put up the numbers that you want to put up. He's swatted the balls that you've wanted to swat. He's gotten the picks that you wanted picked off. He is going to be a benefit to the team if we do go with the 2nd-round pick and pick him up.
Keep going. I'll let you do all your picks.
All right. And now my second pick for the second round that we picked for our 63rd overall, I went with my favorite college team, period, Oklahoma.
Garbage.
I went on... for my 63rd pick, I went on and selected Ronnie Perkins, edge rusher. This man was a beast given the COVID year we just had. He helped the defense when needed. He helped even the offense even when needed be. I forgot the quarterback's name already. So just go on and edit that out when we get to it.
What quarterback?
Spencer Rattler.
Oh, Rattler is his name?
That's it.
It's, trash.
Ooh, I hate you.
Garbage university.
You
ain't won a national title in how many years, motherfucker?
Podcast.
Keep going.
I'm holding back the inner genocide right now.
I don't give a fuck about your inner genocide.
All right. And moving forward, I went on with my 4th-round pick. I chose Amman Rosse Brown from USC. Now, to put this out there, being the highlight videos that we watched, he wasn't the greatest speedster that you would want to pick up in this draft, but if you look at his route technique, he is beyond par. He was one fanatic that I was, for one, going to end up having a very uneasy time choosing, but I'm pretty confident with Amon Ra that if the Chiefs pick him up, he would be a great asset to the team. All right. Now, moving forward, we're going into our 5th and 6th round in picks. We originally were going to cut it off short, not mention these ones, but give honorable mentions. I just went on ahead and wrote down who I think we would pick up anyways. And being the more on the forefront, I went on to made at least 2 of my picks defense and 1 offense. For my first of the 5th round picks, I chose defensive lineman Bobby Brown 3rd. Defensive lineman from Northwest. We need interior defensive linemen to hold down the fort if, per se, one of our edge rushers also goes out and we have to bump over one. I have a lot of faith with Chris Jones. Who was our defensive tackle?
Derek Nottie.
I have a lot of faith with both Chris Jones and Derek Nottie, but he would be a pretty solid backup.
I mean, we got Jaron Reed now, though.
I still haven't read that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now our defensive tackles are Kalen Saunders, Derek Nottie, and Jaron Reed.
Okay. So we have depth.
And Tashawn Wharton, too.
We have pretty much depth in our defensive line. Just being the extra body I wanted to fill. He's also coming Western. Northwestern has had a pretty good defensive program within the past few years. And coming as a run stopper, he would pretty much be one solid body to fill if we needed to block up the middle section. For my 5th round, I went on and selected halfback Larry Roundtree, running back from Missouri. I went with this choice on the basic justification that he is a solid running back that will get you the yards when you need them. He is not the fastest. He is a quick cutter, and he will give you your 4 yards that you want. And for my very last pick, I chose linebacker Monty Rice, linebacker from Georgia. Once again, this was just another filler option that I went along with. We do need more depth on our interior linebackers and outside linebackers, but this was just a solid fill for me for right now. Casey, what do you got for your picks? Oh, get prepared for the ass. In the ass. In the ass.
Well, I mean, like I told you before, some of your picks just don't make fucking sense. Because they're not issues that like we need to draft anybody at. Other than that, that's all I really gotta fucking say.
They're fillers.
My picks, I'm doing. He's trying to, say all this bullshit about how they play and everything. If you know these players, you already know, who the fuck they are, what they did in college. If you don't, just look them up. I'm not a complete draft expert. I'm not about to tell you stats and shit.
Oh, no.
I could, but no, I'm not going to fucking do that shit right now. So, pretty much my picks are strictly off of where I think the Chiefs need to improve. Not necessarily some of these picks you might argue with, but whatever. My picks go like this. In the second round, I have us taking Tyson Campbell. He's a corner from the University of Georgia. I could have picked a few other corners, but there's something about the way that he moves in space and shit like that I like. But yeah, my second round pick is Taylon Wallace, played for Oklahoma State. Really good receiver. I think we do well with him. My 4th round pick is Nick Bolton from Missouri. I mean, it's just the same thing. Need linebacker is such a weak spot for the Chiefs. I think he'll be there. We could get him in the 3rd round if we had a 3rd round pick. I always keep forgetting we don't, because we traded it. So there goes that. My 5th is Pat Fairmouth. He's a tight end from the University of Penn State. Big body. I think he'll do well for the Chiefs because, he can catch some passes and, help us block. My other 5th and 6th round picks, I don't have anyone. I can't name a player because I don't know what the Chiefs are going to do. So I gave 2 options for each one. I did for our 2nd, 5th round pick, either we're going to go a wide receiver if we don't go in the 2nd round, or we're going to go offensive line just to, maybe get a center if we don't like what Austin Blythe does this year, or if we don't care for what Austin Ryder does. So there goes that. And our 6th round pick, I think we will go D-line or another corner. When the reason I say another corner is because we could get somebody or even a wide receiver who could play special teams. So Mecole Hardman can focus more on being a wide receiver in his 3rd year than having to try to learn to be a wide receiver and run his routes and still have to return punts and kickoffs. I'd rather just see somebody else do it and let Cole develop as a wide receiver. With that being said, that's my picks. Like I said, it's just what if I was a defensive coordinator, I would load up with defensive like studs, good corner, like tall corners that are, good space, or a linebacker that is a savage against the run, because it's pathetic, our run defense. But other than that, that's all I got.
Still going along with our draft picks we chose, we are pretty content that this will probably be a defense-heavy draft going forward. We got plenty of room that we need to fill in the line, in the secondary, and in the midsection of the entire defense. So,
well, we don't have holes in our offensive line. Not anymore.
No, but
we need our holes are literally edge rusher, because we need somebody opposite of Frank Clark, even though I don't think it's going to fucking matter, because Frank, obviously, since he knows he's being paid, doesn't give a fuck. But we need somebody opposite of him to help take, so they won't double team him. And then we need linebacker, because I cannot fucking stand Anthony Hitchens anymore. His ability to read the hole for the running back is terrible. He misses tackles all the fucking time. He's pathetic as hell in coverage. So is Ben Neiman. I don't know why we brought him back either. So we need to go middle linebacker, which is why I said Nick Bolton. And then we need corners, because we have not talked to Rashad Breeland. Charvarius Ward is on a second-round tender, so I don't even know if he's signed it yet. We have DeAndre Baker coming back on a one-year deal, but he's rehabbing from a fucking broken leg. We have Rashad Fenton, who's rounding into his own, and I'm really starting to like how he plays. And then we have L'Jarius Sneed, who's a savage. L'Jarius. And then you got Bo Keys. But he's kind of one of those project corners. So we need somebody that can come in and play opposite of Charvarius if Breeland does not come back. I wanted us to address it in free agency, but of course we fucking didn't. So that's the areas in need for us. Also, the reason I want us to take a wide receiver, why not? A tight end or wide receiver, why the fuck not?
Plus, it would help us solve that Sammy Watkins release issue.
Fuck Sammy Watkins. All right? I get that he was, special for us in the postseason, but that fucker couldn't even play a full 16 games. Now, I get how hard that actually is, and I'm not knocking him for, injuries, because that could happen to anybody. But he obviously was doing something that kept injuring his lower legs. Whether it was a calf, hamstring, foot, something. I don't knock him, because injuries can happen. But we can't pay him like a top one wide receiver when he barely plays 8 games.
It's sad.
I like Sammy Watkins. I liked him playing at the University of Clemson, and I like him when he was at Buffalo, and I liked him when he was here. But we don't need fucking Sammy Watkins. Because we can prove that we can do shit without Sammy. Now, did Sammy help us win that fucking Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Hell fucking yes, he did.
And we'll be forever grateful for that.
Sammy was no one special. Our greatest receiver is Travis. You can try to make an argument for Tyreek, but Patrick doesn't go to Tyreek on third down. He goes to Travis on third down. So,
that's right, but the cheetah still can't be beat.
Bro, it pains me to say this. Tampa Bay locked his ass down in that Super Bowl.
Fucking Super Bowl.
Okay? They locked him all the fuck down. The only person that had over 100 yards was Travis.
Oh, God.
After it was Travis, it was Byron Pringle.
That Super Bowl gave me PTSD.
I damn near had a heart attack.
Right.
I was mad.
My heart literally dropped so fucking deep it was in my ass.
But pretty much that's the end of this video. To the people who keep watching these, thank you. And if you're a new watcher, welcome. Chris, you have anything else to say?
We'll be bringing out more content here in the future, and this is our wrap-up from 420 Sports.
Have a good night. Smoke some.